I go to work, put the numbers behind me. Looking for me on the court, you know where you can find me. Buzzer beater, keep the heater flaming inside me. If you need a sharpshooter, alley, you put this dime piece.
What's up, Sun fans? My name is Alexandra Mond, and this is Keep Shinin, the official podcast of the Connecticut Sun. On today's episode, we have somebody who puts their heart and soul into every game, most likely going to be seen with a massive smile on her face. An Ohio State standout, has made a name for herself on the defensive end and as a leader on and off the court. So without further ado, Jacy Sheldon.
Aw, thanks.
So how are you liking Connecticut so far?
I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I feel like it's slowed down a little bit to where I can kind of, you know, find your little, there's been a couple beaches I've gone to, and then obviously just get comfortable with the new area, but I've enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so funny because I was going to ask you, have you been to the beach yet?
I have.
I mean, it's like really nice, right?
It's very nice. And I love tanning, so I'm like, it's the perfect, and it's so close to where we're living, so it's the perfect little, you know, for the day, just chill there.
You're like answering all of my questions. I was like, so are you a tanner? Are you there for the water? Do you get in the water at all?
It's got to be really hot. Like,
Okay.
I'll not always, but if it's one of the, it's getting in the 90s. So like, if it gets there, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite beach you've been to here?
You know, I don't know, but I've heard a lot about the one you have to take the ferry to.
Yes, Block Island.
Yes, Block Island.
I have never been there.
I haven't either.
So if you want to,
but next off day, let's
Okay.
let's go.
All right.
Let's take
I'm
the
gonna
ferry.
lock you in.
I think that would be my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So when you're not playing basketball, what are you doing?
That's a good question. Recently, I've started cooking, and yeah, I'm not too bad. So
Okay.
that takes up a lot of my time.
Self-proclaimed, not too bad, or someone told you?
I mean, myself, but I bet
Okay.
you would agree with me.
Okay.
I'm getting, and it's definitely new for me. So I've been
Okay.
cooking. Other than that, if I'm not tanning, I'm maybe watching some TV shows
Okay.
or sleeping.
Okay,
Nothing
well-
crazy.
Well, what have you cooked so far?
So I've kind of a lot. I don't want to brag. No, I'm joking. No, recently I just learned how to make salmon pretty good.
Okay.
Which is easy, and just chicken. Pasta I'd also say is easy. I've done a lot of ground beef meals.
Okay.
I love sweet potatoes, so
Nice.
just doing that in different ways.
Yeah.
But I've kind of explored. That's a lot for me.
No, that's good. I mean, I feel like it's like life skills. Like, you should be able to know how to
Yeah, it only took
feed
me like
yourself.
20 some years.
Growing up, was your mom the one who cooked
Yeah,
for you?
my mom's a pretty good cook, and she cooked a lot. And then we ate a lot of fast food, not fast food, but eat out a lot in college. And then now I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to learn.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of college, so you're coming from Ohio State. I know you're there now in your player development role, but can you take us back a little further from that? What was your favorite place that you would eat out at?
Oh, so in Columbus? That's a really good question. I think in Columbus, so like campus, let's see. I would go to Marcella's, it's called, or yeah, I think that's how you say it. But I love Italian, so it's like pasta. Their meatballs are unreal. I'd go there a lot. They also had a little place called Town Hall, which it was like kind of American style food, but on the healthier-ish side maybe. But those were the two places I'd go the most.
So like healthier, and like there's a piece of lettuce on top of like a
You
big
know, yeah, healthier than the pasta, but nothing too healthy.
Okay, all right. And can you talk about that role that you have at Ohio State? Like, how did it come about? Why you chose to do that instead of playing overseas, and like
Yeah.
just how the experience has been so far?
Yeah, so it was something that was unexpected. I was supposed to go to Australia, dealt with the injury from my first year in the W, ended up at Ohio State. When Coach McGuff asked, I was like, absolutely, I would love to do that. And it was awesome. So it was head of player development, and I think for me, where I made the biggest impact was just being there for the girls. I've been through it. I was there 5 years, kind of know the ins and out of what Ohio State does. So just being there any way I can for them on and off the floor. And a lot of them I played with, so I knew how to communicate with. And then a lot of girls I got to know, and it was fun getting to know their game and just learning how to communicate with them. But it was a new perspective for me, so it was cool.
Yeah, and how was it to like, you know, balance being actual friends with these girls and then also having to like coach them and kind of be like a authority figure in
I
a
know,
way?
it was a little weird at first because they'd be
Yeah.
like, you want to come eat with us? I'm like, I would, but I can't anymore.
Come out with us.
No, it wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be, to be honest. I had a really good relationship with a lot of them, already kind of knew how to get things through to them and how to talk to certain people. So it was fun. It was a new challenge in the way I had to kind of relay messages. I'm not out there anymore on the floor with them. So just being able to communicate with them, you know, during timeouts, during games, and during different aspects of practice and things like that. But I enjoyed it.
That's good. And has it changed your perspective on, like, from a playing standpoint, and how, and if so, how?
Absolutely. I think, and now realizing it, being back in the W, you see a lot of things when you're sitting on the sidelines that you don't see when you're out there.
Yeah.
And even though the offense and defense that obviously we're running is different, a lot of things translate. And even in the ball screen work and even in training the girls one-on-one, a lot of the things translate and gives you a new, vision that you might not see on the when you're actually out there on the floor. So that part was cool.
That's awesome. So you spoke a little bit about hobbies outside of, like what else are you doing? What shows what's your current faves? Shows, books, lifestyle,
yeah.
TV, movies.
I do like books. That's new for me too.
Okay.
I'm not reading any right now, but there are some good books out there.
Okay. I've heard.
Yeah, that's like again, I didn't do that for 20 years, but I'm just finished Friends and Neighbors, which was on like Apple TV, little quick show.
Okay.
And I'm watching The New Look right now. Haley has given me like all my shows that I've been watching, so that's what I'm on right now. If I need to go to like Friends, I watch a lot. Just your classic. Great show, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what country artist is always on your playlist, no matter the mood?
Kenny Chesney. He's my favorite. He's the GOAT for me. Okay. I've seen him in concert like so many times, and like I think he's undefeated. So that's my guy.
Favorite song from him?
Ooh, that's a toughie. I got a couple. Big Star, one of his older ones. That's probably my all-time fave.
Okay. I don't really listen to him, but
I
will play him in your honor today on my drive home.
Aww.
I definitely will.
Let me know what you think.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit. Congrats on your first shoe drop.
Oh, thanks.
Can you tell us, what the process was like with Holo, how they approached you, like, what their pitch was to you and giving you a signature shoe, all of that?
Yeah, they were great. They approached me last year and when I was at Dallas and kind of presented their idea and obviously the signature shoe. And one of the things that stuck out for me about them was how family-oriented they were. I think we connect a lot in that area, and I think it was cool to see that. Even just through our conversation about the shoe and what they wanted to do, it always came back to that. So for me, I valued that a lot. But they're amazing people. Ramel and Yuri have guided me through this whole process, and obviously something I never thought I'd be able to have. So it's been amazing. And then the design part, the creative part, which is new for me, I kind of let them take care of that, but it was awesome. And then now, I think July 18th is when it officially comes out, so I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And can you tell me like what elements of the shoe you really pushed forward in that design process? Yeah,
so one of the, like on court for me, the biggest thing was making it light. I like to kind of run as fast as I can out there and move quick, so I think I really wanted a light shoe, a thin shoe, nothing too bulky. It's a low top. That's what I've been playing in since college. So those were the musts for me. Obviously, too, having a lot of traction, no slipping out there. Can't really afford that. But those were the keys there. And then they even went above and beyond and put just little nicks in there that are special to me on the shoe. My favorite is in the little logo on the front, they have 3 arrows, which is the symbol for Down syndrome, which is for Emmy. So just including that in there, to me, that was pretty cool.
That is so good. No, don't make me cry. That's so beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. And speaking of Emmy, I mean, she has been so vocal at our games.
Yeah.
I love, so Caroline O'Keefe, my direct report in the PR department, and I always hear her screaming, especially at away games, and Caroline will be like, "And there goes Emmy, our best fan." Like, it's so sweet how hard she goes for you and how much you clearly support each other. Can you just talk about what that journey has been like for you in dealing with a differently abled sibling and also being an advocate for Down syndrome?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Just from obviously at a young age, her going through a lot of things, had a hole in her heart like just in a couple months and getting through that. And very quickly we got to find out, who Emmy was going to be and the positivity she brings, even though she has gone through all of that. So that for me changed, honestly, my life, me and my family's life. But now, like you mentioned, seeing her at these games, she's a loyal fan, man. But I think the coolest thing is she's been able to adapt to the game. Like when she was young, she kind of sat on the phone and just kind of, scroll through. And now watching her actually know what's going on, calling travels, calling fouls, screaming when the other team's shooting free throws.
Okay, coach.
Right? Like it's amazing. And it's been cool to see her grow up. I was able to do that at Ohio State, staying close to her. And even now, when I leave her for a while and I come back, I'm like, you are learning so many things. So it's been really cool.
Yeah. And what would you say to somebody who has a child with Down syndrome or, is just finding out about this, like what they can expect or or like the positives that go with Down
Yeah,
syndrome? Because
yeah.
sometimes you hear about the negatives.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of times you hear about the negatives, and honestly, when we first found out Emmy had Down syndrome, I think a lot of people, their first thought would be negative. And looking back now, oh my gosh, if someone would have told me the impact she would have made, I mean, I wouldn't have believed them. So I think anybody who does have somebody with Down syndrome in their life, your life's going to change for the better, and it's going to be a completely life-changing experience. But I think that does need to be known. It does need to be known, and it's something that you can't really like understand until you're around someone with Down syndrome. But the positivity, the light, the joy that honestly is going to be brought into your life is unmatched.
Yeah. And I know we have a fan who comes to like almost every game.
So cute.
Who
Yes, that's
also
my girl.
has Down syndrome, and I always see
Yeah.
you go over to her. Like, what are some of the things that you say to her?
Yeah, well, oh my gosh, she is an amazing fan too. She's up there as one of the best. But for me, that's just family. Anytime I see someone with Downs, I immediately am attracted to them and want to talk to them and want to get to know them. And it was cool for her to have that same energy. So just getting to know her and her family's been great. She actually just sang the anthem at a baseball game last week. So that's what she showed me last game.
Stop.
Yes, absolutely
That's
amazing. And she's got passion for the game too. It's awesome to hear her talk about, our games out there. So it's been cool.
That's awesome. And okay, a quick aside, speaking about you again, what's something that you're learning about yourself right now that, is sticking with you or that's constantly in your head?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm a competitor. I love to compete. I'm hard on myself, which I think is what has gotten me to this point. And I've actually got this last year, Vets at Dallas said this, is just give yourself some grace sometimes. Also manage your load. I think sometimes I want to go from this to this and this and be out here all day. But I think as we, we're pros now. So I think managing the workload, managing our bodies, maybe taking a day and taking care of your body instead of getting as many shots up as you want. So for me, that's been probably the biggest lesson so far.
Okay. And speaking of, taking care of yourself off the court, what's something that you do to like unwind after a practice or a game?
That's a good question. For me, I would say I sleep a lot, but I think for me it's my support system. Spending time with family, friends. A lot of them are back home in Ohio and Cleveland, so just being able to call them and FaceTime them a lot and just keep yourself surrounded by that support system. And honestly, these girls too here, we have an amazing group of girls, and being there for each other has been key for us this year.
That's awesome. Okay, so inquiring minds would like to know. We're gonna go into fan questions.
Oh yeah.
Who do you model your game after?
I saw this one on I love this question.
See, we're watching.
Okay,
like these are actually from Instagram,
I
Twitter,
know.
all
I was
it.
like, I hope she asked this question. So, all right, I got a couple here. Tyrese Maxey, I love watching. Love his game, love his pace. Just the pace he plays at, the way he gets his shot off. Started watching him at a really young age. My family, my brother and dad pointed him out, and I'm like, I like this guy's game. So I really like watching him. Devin Booker, another scorer that just scores in so many different ways. I catch myself watching him and like rewinding it and being like, what did he just do? Yeah. So those two I love. Aaron Kraft from Ohio State on the defensive end is someone I grew up watching and just being a pest defensively, and he'd lock down whoever he's guarding. So that's someone on the other end of the ball that I was like, I want to be like him. Okay. So those three are probably up there for me.
So I'm hearing like a heavy NBA / like male basketball influence. Is that because of your brother and your dad or like what?
Yeah, and I don't want to tell you I play against the people I used to watch now. I can't be giving them credit. I can't be.
I'm obsessed with that energy.
I watched a lot of girls basketball growing up too. A lot of them I'm playing against today.
No,
so I'm
so
not
fair.
giving those away.
Okay, all right, I love that. She said she likes to compete, and she meant it. So what is an aspect of your game that you've seen grow the most from year 1 to year 2 in the W?
That's a good question. I think for me, the physicality of this league, my first year took me a couple games to get used to, and learning how to absorb that physicality and use it to your advantage on both sides of the ball is something that I've done a little bit of a better job of this year. Yeah. And also just giving that physicality back, especially on the defensive end of the ball, and being, like I mentioned, just being a pest, being someone that gives it their all out there. I think that's been key for me.
Yeah, you're definitely a pest. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. What is your favorite pregame meal or snack?
Ooh, my favorite pregame meal. I always have pasta the night before. I know that's not like pregame meal, But I would say I try to do like chicken and rice, like before games. Just kind of always been the go-to.
Okay. All right. Any type of sauce on the chicken or just like a regular rub?
Whatever, honestly. I don't make it, so it's whatever I'm picking up.
Fair
Not
enough.
before
Have
games.
you learned to make it?
Yeah, I'll make it like later.
Okay. What are some of your favorite memories or interactions with Buckeye Nation?
Oh, that's
Can you
a
give me
good
one
question.
on-court and one off-court?
Okay, let me go back here. My favorite off-court interaction, definitely from Ohio State, is Parker is her name, and we met when she was young. She came to a game. Oh my gosh, I want to say my sophomore year. But she's gone through a lot since I met her. She unfortunately got cancer, and I was able to stay in touch with her throughout her journey. Just got out of the hospital. She's back home with the fam, and she's doing great. So just being able to stay in touch with her, obviously met her at the beginning of my Ohio State career, and being able to still communicate with her and honestly call her family today and be with her through her process has been great. And then, oh gosh, I think for me, one of the on-court fan interactions would probably be we beat a team at home, and I think we stormed the court. I think it was our record-breaking crowd, and stormed the court after, and just being able to be out there with all the fans and obviously celebrate a win like that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Favorite post-game meal? They really want to know what you're eating.
Yeah, jeez, I do love food.
Me
so
too.
these are good questions. Post-game meal, ooh, it differs. Jeez. I would say, honestly, I like a burger. I go to the burger place in the casino a lot.
Oh, Bobby's Burgers?
Yes, they got great burgers. Their sweet potato fries.
Oh
my gosh.
The fries
Yeah, so that's
they
kind
give
of my
you
go-to.
way too many.
I know.
I'm like,
I learned that
can't
the
finish
hard
this, but
way.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Well, thank you so much for your time. And Sun fans, until next time, keep shining.
I go to work, put the numbers behind me. Looking for me on the court, you know where you can find me. Buzzer beater, keep the heater flaming inside me. If you need a sharpshooter, alley, you put this down piece.